all for this. We're gonna stand on top with our hands in the sky. Gonna raise our cup to the stadium lights.
For Dog Pound Incorporated, the biggest win, his first win. Gutierrez wins the Indianapolis 250.
We celebrate with the city tonight. Hear the hometown cheer, it's the ultimate high.
And your 2023 Haas IndyCar Series champion is Luna Lona in the 00.
What's going on, everybody? Caleb here, and welcome back to the 2024 Haas IndyCar Series season. We're here for race number 7 on the season, and we are here in Fort Worth, Texas, here at the Texas Motor Speedway, the 1.5-mile cookie-cutter speedway, and we're here for some fast-paced oval action here in the Haas IndyCar Series season. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Oracle Fort Worth 125K here in the 2024 Haas IndyCar Series season, and looking to have a good one here today. Back at the Texas Motor Speedway here in the IndyCar Series. We wasn't here in 2023, but we was in 2022, and this time we are here at the new version of Texas. I'm sure that this is going to be a good one here today. I'm not calling this race alone. I'm joined by Nathan Stapleton on the call for this one. And Nathan, we got the new version of Texas. It's different from the ones we've seen, but what do you think we can expect from these guys here today at the Texas Motor Speedway?
Well, from what you told me of what you cut for this I, probably going to see some multi-group racing, at least 2 different lanes that can possibly work out here with these IndyCars. Inside and that second lane, that third lane sounds like not going to be where you want to be. But, with these IndyCars, draft is going to be very important with these guys going almost full throttle here. And, they say no limits Texas, and that's definitely what we'll see here today. No limits, high, fast speeds, and it's going to be a good one.
Definitely so. I think we might have cooked something up here at the end. I'll just have to see how this race goes. But, yeah, I'm really excited to see how this race develops. It's going to be really interesting, like you said. Should see some multi-groove racing. You can make both the bottom and the middle work. Just depends on how these drivers will work their cars around the corner. And should see a cycle of pit stops in here as well if this thing goes green all the way. So that'll really make things interesting here today. But taking a look at the point standings coming off of Richmond, we have a brand new points leader. It's Thomas Truxell in the number 52 for Durrani Racing. He now leads the points over Bradley Bradshaw, who got his second win of the season last week at Richmond. Moved his way up to second in points after becoming the first multi-time winner this season. Right now he's 17 points behind Thomas Truxell. And then looking further on down the point standings, we got Zachary Fitzwater in third. He's 20 back. Angel Oliveira's fallen down to fourth. She's 34 back. Chris Reynolds currently sits in fifth, 36 back. Then we've got Wilmington, 45 back. Logan Williams, 66 back. Max Anderson, after a heartbreak last race at Richmond after he blew up while leading the race, he's sitting 8th in points still, so he's still up there in the championship, but definitely a chip back on his shoulder after last week. He currently sits 80 points behind. And then you've got Angel Gutierrez Braden Perez is in 9th. He's 80 points back. And then Angel Gutierrez up into the top 10 in points. Gutierrez is 88 points behind the points lead. But starting on the pole today, it's a 73 Chris Reynolds. Starting on pole with Thomas Truxell to the outside. It's a Durrani Racing front row lockout here at Texas. I have to see if either of these guys, or maybe even both, are able to hang on as this race develops. We'll just have to wait and see. But hey, I think it's about time we get these guys rolling here from the Texas Motor Speedway. And you will see the starting lineup on the left-hand side of your screen. As before mentioned on the pole, it's a 73 of Chris Reynolds, starting alongside his teammate, the number 52 of Thomas Truxell. Looking further on back, row number 2, it's a BO Racing row number 2 lockout between the 20 of Avery Alford and the 50 of Skylar Taylor. Row number 3, we find the number 5 of Braden Perez starting alongside the 33 of Alger Baranowskis. Row 4, we have the 07 of John Andrews and the 88 of Nicholas Samadillo. And rounding out your top 10, we got the 54 of Bradley Bradshaw starting alongside the 41 of Angel Oliveira. Just making sure everyone rolled off okay. It looks like we're good. Race report will be on the bottom left-hand side of your screen as well as the previous winners. But Nathan, I'll ask you, who do you think is going to be the one to go to victory lane here at Texas?
Well, that could be a little bit of a tough one here. I'm gonna go with, I'm gonna take a shot at the dartboard here. Give me the number 38 of Logan Williams. It's been really good as of late on and on as a whole. So it's keeping the field here in this one, but maybe he can look great from back to the front.
Have to see if he's going to be able to pull that off, but pace car is going to take the left-hand turn to pit road, and it's going to be the Durrani Racing teammates Chris Reynolds and Thomas Troxel who's going to lead us to the green flag. We're racing here at the Texas Motor Speedway here for the Oracle Fort Worth 125K. Coming back to lead lap number 1, it's going to be the 73 of Chris Reynolds, but here comes the number 20, Avery Alford, looking to the inside, but as you can see there, Reynolds is going to make that middle line work, and he's going to stay ahead of the 20 of Alford. Here comes the 5, Braden Perez, trying to go for second now on the 20. They're going to be side by side through turns 3 and 4, and then looking back here, you've got Thomas Troxel on that outside, side by side with Baranowskis. And then they're 2 deep, couple rows back. But yeah, so far we've already seen the case of multi-groove racing here. You're seeing the bottom work, you're seeing the middle line work, as you're seeing Baranowskis using that inside to pass Thomas Troxel. So is the 07 of John Andrews. We got 3 wide back here as Trey Smith is going to fall back on that outside lane. Like I said, the low line can work, the middle line can work, but the outside, that is not the place you want to be. And he's continuing to fall back in that 79 as the 41 of Olvera is going to get to the inside now. But out front, it's still the 73 of Chris Reynolds, but Avery Alford right there on the gearbox as we come to complete lap number 4.
4 laps in the book here, so long way to go, and always seeing a little bit of that multi-groove racing. Here comes the number 5. Braden Perez then inside, but Alpha's gonna with that second lane and keep that second spot. And I know it's been really good, a great exit was back to the inside and going forward.
Perez got a really good exit of the corner there and was able to get back alongside Alford, and now Perez is going to hook that bottom lane well, and he's going to move up to second. John Andrews in the 07, he's going to try to follow the 5 through. As they go through 1 and 2, he's going to be able to hook the bottom, but Alfred's got a little bit of a run on the outside, and Alfred's going to stay clear for the time being. As Braden Perez now trying to chase down Chris Reynolds for that race lead, as the 33 Baranowskis gets shuffled all the way to the outside. 33 is going to lose a spot there to the 52 of Troxel, and potentially even the 81 of Fitzwater. Yeah, already starting to see a little bit of spread here, but we still are seeing a lot of passing going on all the way back to the 27 of Ace Garcia. Jay Knapp in the 98 not having a good day. Started up in 11th, I believe. He's already fallen back to the 29th position. Tough break for him, but still got a long way to go in this race. We'll have to see if he can rebound. Yeah, I'm really sorry to say, but you all have not had a good season so far here. Hopefully you all can make a rebound soon, but up front, here comes Braden Perez in the 5, trying to take the race lead away here on lap number 8.
Tell you what, this black and green machine is fast. Here's where at Texas, and gonna take the race lead away. And you touched on Evans Racing having a struggling season here in Austin because that's not just the Austin because that's everything. Sprint Series, World Cup, and IndyCar. It's very unfortunate. A lot of bad luck, but maybe that will turn around at some point, but does not look like to be the case here today. And more side-by-side battling, a lot of side-by-side battles all throughout this pack here at Texas.
Really hoping you all can turn your luck around, because it's been really tough for you all, honestly, on the channel, about everything so far this season. But I feel like you all have had the speed, so I'm pretty sure that luck turnaround should be a matter of when, not if. But and Bryn Perez now out to the race lead. You got a battle for second. Looks like John Andrews is going to be able to hang on to that on the outside of Reynolds. Skylar Taylor potentially looking to get to the inside of her teammate, the number 20 of Alford. Alford's going to hook that outside, though. Bradshaw is also going to hook the outside, trying to get to the outside of the 50 of Skylar Taylor. And for the race lead again, here comes the 07 now of John Andrews, trying to take the race lead away from Perez. He's going to do so, I believe, off of turn number 4. He's got a little bit of a help from behind. Drafting help from Reynolds and Alford, but move John Andrews up to the race lead, our third leader we have seen so far in this race. And he's got Chris Reynolds right behind him, who's looking to get back up to the race lead. He's going to make a move now on Andrews as they go into 3 and 4. Have to see if it's going to work for him. It looks like it is. They're going to be side by side off of turn number 4. And have to see who gets it at the line. I believe it was just barely Chris Reynolds there. Yes, it was, by 6/1000ths of a second over John Andrews, and he's going to clear the 07 through 1 and 2. Maybe not. Andrews has got to run on the outside here. And Andrews is going to stay clear of the 73 for the time being.
Now we're starting to see a little bit of a bunching pack race at the moment with these IndyCars. And that's the thing, it's about 28 cars all together with a couple of stragglers in the back trying to figure out, hey, it's still early on, maybe just try to maintain amount of stuff and not get involved in a clash if these guys get a little bit crazy. So we've always seen a little bit of craziness up front so far, as is not going to be putting Perez up front anymore. Trying to hang on to second at least. But fantastic stuff here at Texas, and right now, 73 of Chris Reynolds doing a great job out front, but it's still a long way to go.
Still got a long way to go, and like I said, if this thing stays green, should still have a pit stop to go. But as you mentioned, kind of got what kind of looks like a pack forming behind these guys. But it looks like that is starting to string out just a little bit, because ultimately going side by side here will slow both cars down. Going back up front, you still got side by side for the final podium spot, as John Andrews is trying to take it away from Skylar Taylor. Looking back here, you got 2 of our big points guys going at it. Actually 3 of them, as Bradley Bradshaw enters the picture. There's your top 3 in points right here: Fitzwater, Troxel, and Bradshaw, in no particular order. They're all up here inside the top 10, looking to open their points gap to the rest of the field. Have to see if they can stick up here as this race goes on, but Taylor was able to clear Andrews for the 3rd position, now trying to join this lead battle along with Reynolds and Perez. And then here comes Zachary Fitzwater trying to make his way up into the top 5 with Bradley Bradshaw and Thomas Troxel right behind him. Like I said pre-race, I don't know how. This series is still equal ratings, but these guys just always manage to find their way up to the front, as Skylar Taylor's gotten around Perez, and now John Andrews is trying to do the same. And now it's Skylar Taylor trying to run down Chris Reynolds for the race lead.
A little bit of a 2-car breakaway now here at Texas Motor Speedway. Got Chris Reynolds in 73, and the 50 of Skylar Taylor pulling away from the 3rd place driver of John Andrews behind him. And I don't know if Tyler was really taking into effect here, but it might be a little bit, because I did say that it's looking like a pack, but now there's a little bit of separation in the pack, and a little bit of a 2-car breakaway out front, As, oh my goodness, I thought we were going to see 3 wide back there behind John Andrews right there. And tell you what, 20 laps in, still 33 laps to go. Still got a pit stop. But crazy action here at No Limits, Texas.
Man, looked like Fitzwater was going to go for a move there, and Alford threw the block on and went for the move herself. That got a little bit close there, but yeah. Kind of touched on tire wear. There is a little bit of tire wear here, but it's not as much as we see on a lot of other racetracks. So, this is something to kind of take into consideration, but it's not going to be the main deciding factor of this race. It's all going to come down to speed here at Texas, and I'll tell you who's got a lot of speed right now. It's a 50th Skylar Taylor now going for the race lead on Chris Reynolds here on lap number 22. Have to see, oh, they're about equal through turns 1 and 2. They're going to stay almost door to door. Taylor with a little bit of an advantage there on the inside. They're side by side down the back straightaway. John Andrews in the 07 trying to join this battle along with the 20 of Avery Alford. And through 3 and 4, Skylar Taylor's going to clear for the race lead, but here comes the 07 of John Andrews trying to take it away now.
Oh boy, these 3 out of these top 4 have been up always long. Taylor, the new one there, but Andrews has been up front always long, and so has the 73 of Chris Reynolds. But how about a new player, number 20 of Avery Alford? Was up front at the start, fell back a little bit, back up to the front, and might challenge for the race lead, and might take the race lead off of turn 4.
Alford looking pretty strong as well early on in the going here. Hey, you know what? Last race we had at Texas, Coda this year, that race was won by the 20 of Avery Alford. Alford looking to go back-to-back at the Texas tracks here in the IndyCar Series. We'll have to see if they're able to pull it off, but definitely not going. All these guys are definitely not going to go down without a fight, as here comes the 73 Chris Reynolds once again trying to pat. Here he goes. He's looking to the inside of the 20 of Alford for the race lead. Braden Perez has caught back up to these guys. Yeah, all these guys back here, they are absolutely going at it. How about the 79 of Trey Smith up here? Had a pretty good run last week at Richmond. Looking to run it back again here today. Looking to change Otter Island Motorsports' luck around. And as you're seeing here, all these guys behind Avery Alford, they're going side by side, and Alford is pulling away a little bit here from the rest of the field. So these guys are probably going to want to try and resolve this as soon as possible if they don't want Alford to get too much of a lead. And it looks like Skylar Taylor's going to clear for second, so we got a BO Racing 1-2 now on our hands as we come to lap 27, and we should start seeing pit stops coming up here soon. About lap 33 is when the cycle should open, and it should go to about lap 27. It'll be interesting to see what these guys do strategy-wise. It'll be interesting to see how this all plays out.
A couple of drivers up front that we've not seen yet today. Last time I was in the booth for the Haas and we saw this man, Zachary Fitzwater, do an incredible surge lead. And now he's inside the top 5. We got Trey Smith up here. We got Thomas Schwartzel up here. Got a lot of big names up towards the front. Here, almost halfway through, and this is a great time to make the way up inside the top 5, top 7, right before pit stops. Good pit stop, and who knows, could be inside the top 3 for the second half of this one after the pit cycle. And this could go all the way. I'm having that green flag feel to it. It's been clean all the way so far, and have to watch out for Fitzy, Schwartzel, and Smith to make some moves. And well, speaking of which, Fitzy, he's not done. He wants that 4th spot.
I definitely look out for these guys as this race goes on, but so far these guys have managed to keep it clean the whole way through, and hopefully they keep it like that, because we've seen some pretty spectacular racing so far here at Texas. And Chris Reynolds now looking to catch up to the 20 of Avery Alford. I think we're starting to really see the cars you might want to watch out for. Alford, Reynolds, Taylor, Zachary Fitzwater, maybe even potentially, and Trey Smith, Perez, Andrews. I think these are the guys we probably want to watch out for Actually, no, the fastest lap of the race so far actually belongs to a car we've not really seen up front. It's the 16 of Luna Lona, who's actually making her way through the field, now trying to get by teammate Bradley Bradshaw. Lona's now right outside the top 10. So, honestly, I'd watch out for the 16 of Luna Lona. I have to see if our reigning champion could potentially get up here, maybe even take advantage of that pit cycle. But, well, it's not a race on the channel without us missing a pass for the lead, or are we? As Alfred's going to power it down on the top and stay clear of the 73. Now Taylor dives down to the inside with a run on the 73, but Taylor had to check up maybe a little bit too much there. It was maybe a little over-ambitious, and Chris Reynolds is going to hold on for second for the time being, but lap number 33 now. The cycle should be opening this lap. We'll have to see if anyone decides to do an extreme undercut and come down this time by. We'll just have to see. But currently leading the field is the 20 of Alford. Then you got Reynolds and Taylor, Fitzwater, Andrews, Smith, Perez, Olvera, Troxel, and Baranowskis is going to round out your top 10 for the time being. And yeah, Knapp, Garcia, and Tanner Parton really struggling with their cars. They've fallen way behind the main pack. Really unfortunate for these three guys, and especially your guy, Jay Knapp, for falling back. But these guys are really getting strung out. I think these guys know that it's about pit stop time. Stringing out just a little bit just so they can make it to pit road safe. And we've got our first taker. Here comes the 24. Bruno Diacomo is in, and these guys are also going to try to undercut Knapp, Garcia, and Parton. And here we go. Should start seeing a lot of these guys coming down this time by, and here we go. Here comes Alfred, Reynolds, Taylor. Got some guys staying out. Oh, Troxel, and we got a spin!
Oh, no.
It's Wilmington and Christian Vargas, and the caution is out!
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
goodness.
Well, I was about to say that those three that did the undercut that were in the back might not be a bad strategy to try something since you already lost the path, but now I have no clue of how this is going to cycle out here. Tough wait to have happen under pit stops, but first caution of the day at Texas, and that could not come at a worse time during green flag pit stops.
Unfortunately, especially with these Indy cars, Texas is a very difficult pit road to get onto, because you're going from, what, about 190, 200 miles an hour to a flat apron, and you got to slow down really, really quickly. And unfortunately, with all those cars coming in at the same time, it caused Wilmington and Christian Vargas to run into each other, and they're both going to go spinning, and that is going to trigger our first yellow of the day. And man, that probably really hurt Bruno Diacomo, who was the first to come in. And it looks like that is going to trap some guys a lap down, but we will utilize the wave around feature. So, oh yeah, that's going to put a lot of guys a lap down.
Oh boy.
But like I said, we will be waving all these guys around. But that's really going to benefit all those guys that stayed out, including Angel Olvera, Luna Lona, Outer Baranowskis, Max Anderson, Aaron Abel is going to be up there, Richard Kinghart, Thomas Troxel, and Avery Alford. Probably had a big enough lead to where they were able to stay on the lead lap. But Jay Knapp in the 98 there on the apron. Don't know if he's got an issue in the 98 or if he's just coming back into the pits, but really quickly we'll go and take a quick look at what brought us under our first caution of the day here at the Texas Motor Speedway, and we'll get you all back to your racing action here at the Oracle Fort Worth 125K here at the Texas Motor Speedway. Well, unfortunately, we are going to see a little bit of pit lane calamity here during the green flag cycle as Brennan Wilmington kind of stuck on the outside there. Went into the pits really, really hot here, and is going to make contact with the 88 of Samadillo. That's going to send him up the racetrack right into the path of Christian Vargas, and that's going to spin both of these guys around. And yeah, since Wilmington was right in the middle of the racing surface, that is going to trigger a yellow flag. And really unfortunately that did happen during the pit cycle. But unfortunately, just one of the things that Texas can produce, especially with these Indy cars, because you pretty much got to get from about 190, 200 miles an hour onto a flat apron. You got to slow down really, really quickly, and unfortunately, especially if they're kind of racing in again, that doesn't always work out quite well. But we'll take one more look at this full speed, and then we'll get y'all back to the racing action here at the Oracle Fort Worth 125K here at the Texas Motor Speedway.
Here we go, full speed, and unfortunately a little bit of calamity on pit road. Trying to get onto pit road, your momentum with a little bit of contact, send him straight back up into the racetrack, and unfortunately nowhere to go for Christian Vargas, but to get involved, and unfortunately that is what's going to be the first caution of the day here at Texas, and unfortunately that had to happen during pit stops. That's going to really shake things up, unfortunately, here, and have to see who will end up being the race leader. Will be a very short sprint to the finish here in this one.
Definitely very unfortunate that happened during pit cycles, and unfortunate for all those guys that did already come down pit road, especially those guys who decided to try and undercut the field. But all these guys that overcutted, Olvera, Baranowskis, Lona, I might have pulled something off here. Could potentially be in the catbird seat for the race win here, but we'll just have to wait and see how things go. But we'll get you guys to the restart here from the Oracle Fort Worth 125K, and we'll get this race back underway. Welcome back here to the Texas Motor Speedway, wrapping up our first caution of the day, which didn't take anybody out, but unfortunately Jay Knapp is going to take his car to the garage under that caution. That's a very, very tough break for NS Racing, and I'm really sorry that you have to see that. But there is a little bit of silver lining to that, though, is that Aaron Abel was one of those guys that stayed out, and he's going to restart up here in the top 5. But coming back to the restart, your top 5 is going to be the 41 of Angel Olvera, the 16 of Luna Lona, the 33 of Adra Baranowskis, the 13 of Max Anderson, and the 97 of Aaron Abel. We're back, green flag racing here at Texas. 11 laps to go here from the Fort Worth 125K. Oh boy, don't look now. Aaron Abel already going for a move on Anderson, going for another move on the 33 of Baranowskis. What a restart by the 97 of Abel. And yeah, after that caution, this race has completely changed, as we got a bunch of new faces up here in the top 10, and still some old ones as well, as here comes the 52 of Thomas Troxland for the race lead. Here comes reigning champion, the 16 Luna Lona, to the point here in Texas.
Boy, that caution really shook up the entire can of worms here. Luna Lona is now up here in the number 16 as the race leader. Angel Olvera's up here. We got the 95 of Richard Kinghart out of nowhere. And Abel's up here out of nowhere. The 33 of Aldo Baranowskis out of nowhere. So many new players, and I think some of the guys that were leading really got hit the hardest with that caution happening, and very, very unfortunate. The highest one I see that was one, I believe, might be Fitzwater, as he's just outside the top 10. So very tough work on everyone doing that caution. Very unfortunate that we had that happen here.
Very unfortunate there, but still not letting them stop him too much, as Troxel has made his way back up into the top 5. Chris Reynolds is making his way back to the field, as well as the 07 of Andrews and the 50 of Taylor. They're all back into the top 10. But out front, Lona holding strong with the race lead for now. Olvera right behind in second. And then we got Richard Kingart and Aldra Baranowskis. What a run this would be for the number 33. He's had a really rough season so far. Looking for a good result. Could potentially get one here today for Dutch Atlantis Racing. And yes, Thomas Troxel now running in the 5th position, looking to extend his points lead going into the next race at Kansas. But here we go for second. Here comes the 95, Richard Kingart, to the inside of Olvera, but Luna trying to pull away from everybody here. As we're starting to get into the closing stages of this thing. Just got 6 laps to go. You think Luna's going to be able to hold on to this?
If anyone can, it's gonna be the defending champion of Luna, but have to watch out for Richard Kingart. Have to watch out for 41 of Angel Olvera out of nowhere. And all these bloggers know it's 5 laps to go. They cannot wait any longer. They've kind of been chilling for the most part. Some of these bloggers were until pit stops, but now is when you have to go up to the race lead and fight for it. And if anyone wants a shot with Luna, they need to stop battling for that second place spot.
Definitely do. Richard Kingart did not have the best turns 1 and 2 there, and he's going to fall into the clutches of Angel Olvera. Olvera's going to move her way up to second. Here comes the 33 of Aldra Baranowskis, as we now just have 4 laps to go here from Texas. Angel Olvera and Baranowskis maybe potentially trying to mount up a run here on Luna. And the top 5 are all single-filed out, so they might potentially have a shot at catching the 16, and they're all battling like crazy back here. Aaron Abel now trying to get underneath the 95 for 4th. Not going to happen just quite yet, but here we go. Here comes the 41 of Angel Olvera along with the 33 of Baranowskis. Baranowskis looking to the inside. Not going to get anything done just yet. Going to stay in behind the 41. But here we go. Coming to 2 laps to go here from Texas. Lona has a 0.2 of a second lead over Angel Olvera and Aldra Baranowskis. Baranowskis dropped off a little bit there through 1 and 2. Not the best corner for the 33. Down the back straightaway, though, Luna holding strong in that 16. And into 3 and 4 for the second to final time. Luna off at turn number 4. White flag is waving. 1 lap to go here from the Oracle Fort Worth 125K here at Texas. Lona opened up a little bit of a gap that time by, but the 41's trying to close, and the 41's closing fast here. Here comes the 41 of Olvera. It's not over just quite yet. Trying to mount up one last charge on the 16 of Luna. It's not going to be enough. Off of turn number 4, Luna, reigning champion. First win of the season. And first win for Scuderia Team Velocity. Luna wins the Oracle Fort Worth 125K here at Texas. Oh, man.
Tell you what, I don't know where the defending champion Luna came from. Like, I don't know where half of the top 7 came from late after that pit cycle and that caution, but you know what, the top 5, top 7 all worked out in their favor. And how about that? Had to hang on to a late charge from Olvera, but the defending champion Luna steals it at Texas. And what a race here for these Haas and IndyCar Series drivers.
What a race that was, and yeah, I guess that's why she was the defending champion of the series. But taking a look at your finishing results here from Texas, Luna finally gets her first career win for Scuderia Team Velocity and the first one of the season. And that's going to bring Scuderia Team Velocity up to 3 wins on the year, already cementing their place here in the Haas IndyCar Series. But taking a look further on down the finishing order, Angel Olvera is going to come home second. Great fight there at the end for Olvera, and still a great result for that 41 nonetheless. And Aldra Baranowskis in the 33 is going to round out your podium. Great and a much-needed run for that number 33 team. And looking further on down, Richard Kingart's going to come home in 4th. John Andrews going to round out your top 5. And it's going to be Aaron Abel in 6th, Skylar Taylor in 7th, Thomas Troxel 8th, Max Anderson 9th, and Zachary Fitzwater is going to round out your top 10. But Nathan, final thoughts. What do you think about this race?
Well, it definitely had a lot of excitement here in this one here at Texas Motor Speedway. I had a little bit of hesitation of what we would see with this new version of Texas Motor Speedway, but it was just as good as what we've seen in the past with the stock cars and the stock trucks here at Texas. Fantastic action, multi-group racing, and you know, things got a little bit wacky after that pit cycle. Drivers like John Andrews, Thomas Troxel, Zachary Fitzwater, Chris Reynolds, they were not in the fight for the win. John Andrews got a top 5 late, but a great race here at Texas with some new faces late after that pit cycle. Unfortunate of what happened to Michael, or not Michael Knapp, to Jay Knapp, but how about Aaron Abel stealing a top 6 late, and how about the defending champion Luna stealing this one late? And you know what, this could maybe start some kind of momentum for that team. 16th in points, and gonna surely jump up a little bit after this one and trying to maybe spark the fire for a championship defense here in the Haas IndyCar Series.
We'll just have to wait and see how things go. But what a race that was, and what a performance by our reigning champion, getting it done here at Texas. But next race, it's going to be the Cook Industries 125K at Kansas. That race will be going up on Thursday, May the 2nd, not Friday, since the Wawa Cup Series will be racing there for the Great Wolf Lodge 400, but Thursday, May the 2nd at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I hope to see you all there. But once again, huge thanks to Nathan for joining me up here in the booth today, and huge congratulations to Luna for getting it done here in Texas, and I will see you all in Kansas. Y'all take care and have a good one. Here are your point standings after race number 7 on the season.